Okay, today we're going to be using time intervals in our math, and we are trying to find out a starting or ending time when we know, we could do that when we know the elapsed time. So elapsed time means how much time has passed between the beginning and the end, or between the end and going back and finding the beginning. So Al begins working on his ocean project at 1:30. He spends 42 minutes painting a model of the Earth and labeling the oceans. At what time does Al finish working on his project? So let's think about this. We're going to break this down. What time is given? It is, if we look over here, 1:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. And 1:30 is the time he begins working. So we're going to just put that begins working. Okay. He begins working on his project. What time do you need to find? We're looking down here, and it says, at what time does Al finish working on his project? Okay, so that's what we need to find. At what time he finishes his project. All right, so we're going to use a number line. We're going to find the time on a number line when Al started working on the project. We're going to count forward on the number line to add the elapsed time and draw the labels to jumps to show the minutes. So let's think. I can break 42 minutes into shorter amounts of time because we know he works 42 minutes. We're just trying to find out what time that is. So I'm going to do a jump here, and I'm going to say I want to get from 1:30 to the next o'clock, which would be 2 o'clock. So from 1:30 to 2 o'clock, I'm jumping half of an hour. So half of an hour is 30 minutes. So I'm going to jump 30 minutes there. And I'm trying to go 42. So that's 30. Let's do a 10. 10 more minutes plus 10 would be 210, right? So 30 plus 10, that is 40. And then I just need 2 more minutes. So I'm going to jump another small jump and add 2, which would be 2 hours and 12. 2:12. So the jump ends at, I would say here, 2:12 p.m. So Al finishes working on his project at 2:12 p.m. All right, here's another way that we could find it, find elapsed time, which is talking about how much time has passed. We could use a clock to help us find that. So we're going to find the starting time on the clock, which was 1:30. Here's 30. We're going to count by 5s and 1s for elapsed time and write the missing numbers on the clock. All right, so here we go. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then we have to count by 1, so 41, 42. So 42 minutes have passed, and so if we were to think about, this hand would be all the way over to here, and this hour hand would have moved to the next hour. So it would be 2. We can see that that's 2. And then this minute hand would be 5, 10, 11, 12. So 2:12 p.m. And it's the same time that we had up there as well. All right. So you can use different methods to help you find this stuff out. All right, let's look at This part, I'm going to have to bend back my page. All right. Let's see if you guys can see that. Okay. Whitney went swimming in the ocean for 25 minutes. She finished swimming at 11:15 a.m. At what time did Whitney start swimming? We're going to use a number line to find the starting time. So we want to find the time on the number line when Whitney finished swimming in the ocean. All right, so we know, according to up here, she finished swimming at 11:15. So on the number line, we are going to be going backwards then, because we know the stop time. We need to find the start time. She stopped at 11:15. We're going to count backwards on the number line to subtract the elapsed time, and we're going to draw and label the jumps to show the minutes. So this is 11:15. I want to get to the o'clock as fast as I can. So I'm going to subtract the first amount, which is the minutes. So 15 minutes, which would take me to 11 o'clock. All right, she's going 25 minutes. This is 15 minutes. So I'm going to take away another 10, because 15 plus 10 is 25. So let's take away 10 minutes more. And if I take 10 minutes away from 11 o'clock, I know 11 o'clock is the top of the hour, so I have to go back to the next hour, 10. And if there are 60 minutes in an hour, then I know that I need to take away 10 from that. So 60 minus 10 would give me 50. So 10:50. So you can jump back to 10:50. And we're in AM this time. You can see up here. So 10:50 AM. So Whitney started swimming at 10:50 a.m. All right. Explain how the page on this problem is different from the problem on page 401. Well, one of them, on the other one, we had the beginning time. On this one, we have the ending time. So when we had the beginning time, we counted forward. When we have the ending time, we have to count backwards. So we're using subtraction here instead of addition. All right, now let's use a clock to find the starting time. Okay, it says here, find the ending time on the clock. Count back by fives for a elapsed time of 25 minutes. Write the missing counting numbers next to the clock. So the starting time is, we're going to figure that out. Let's count backwards first. So 0, 5, 10, we're going back on the clock, 15, 20, 25. We have to go back 25 minutes. So if I imagine this minute hand moving over to here on the 10, I would say that that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that gives me 50 for the minute hand. And if the minute hand goes past the 12, I know that it is an hour less than it was before here, which it's 11 here, so an hour less would be 10. So 10:50 a.m. All right, now let's look at how to use the number line to find the starting time if the elapsed time is 35 minutes. So we're going to do what we just did one more time. Okay, so 5:10, we want to go 35 minutes. And so remember, we want to cut off the minutes first so that we can get to the top of the hour. So I could see that there are 10 minutes, so I'm going to do a jump to take away 10, which would get me to 5 o'clock. I need to go 35 minutes. I've gone 10. So I'm just going to count by 10 again. Minus 10. So if this is the top of the hour, I have to think about, if I'm going backwards, what's the hour that comes before 5? If you said 4 o'clock, you're right. So it's 4, but it's not going to be o'clock because that would be 60 minutes. So I'm thinking 60. I'm taking away 10 from that. So that's 50. 450. Let's do another jump. Minus 10 again. So I've done 10, 20, 30. I have to do 35. So 50, I'm doing the minutes. Taking away 10 would be 40. So the hour stays the same for 40. All right, now I said I had 10, 20, 30. I need 35. So this time I'm only going to jump 5. And 40 minus 5, I know when I'm counting by 5, it would be 35. So the hour is going to stay the same because I have not passed the o'clock yet. All right, so 4:35 is going to be my starting time. And 4:35, it does not, oh yeah, right here it says PM, so 4:35 p.m. All right, explain how to find the starting time when you know the ending time. Well, you're going to use subtraction. You have to count backwards. All right, let's do 2 more together, and then you'll be ready to do some on your own. We're going to start at the starting time of 1:40, and we're going 33 minutes to see what time we end. So since we know the starting time, we're going to put the starting time here, 1:40 p.m. All right, and we want to go 30 minutes. Now, to get to the next o'clock, I have 40 here. I know that 60 minutes are in an hour, so that would take me to 2 o'clock. How much do I need to add to this to get to 60? I can think 40 plus what makes 60. Or I could do 60, take away 40. And how much is that? That is going to be 20. So I am going to add on 20 minutes to get myself to o'clock, which is 00. And that will be the next hour. So instead of 1 o'clock, I'm moving up to the next hour, which is 2 o'clock. I've done 20 minutes. I have to do 33. So I'm going to do 10 more because 20 plus 10 will make 30. And then 2 o'clock plus 10 minutes is 2:10. Now we've done 30. We still need to do 3 more. So I'm just going to do plus 3 here. And 2:10. So 10 plus 3 is 13. And I am still in the same hour because I have not gone past the o'clock yet. So 2:13, I'm going to write this on the line. 2:13, and then I need to look. It is PM, so I'm going to write PM. All right, and our last one, using a clock, I'm going to start at 9:55. That's the starting time, not the ending time. So I'm going forward. All right, and I need to go forward 27 minutes. So this is going to be my 0 here. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now I can't do another jump because that would be 30, which will go past. So I'm just going to do my small jumps, 26, 27. All right, so now I have my clock labeled in minutes. I know that the minute hand is going to move around to right here. So let's get the minutes first, and then we'll worry about the hours. All right, so if I go back to my 12, I can count the minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20. Now by ones, 21, 22. So let's do 22. We're in AM. Ooh, sorry, it's a little messy. All right, so before I was in the 9 o'clock hour, you can see that here, but since my minute hand passed by the 12, I know that my hour hand has to move to the next hour. So instead of 9, something, it's going to be 10 something. So 10, 22. All right, so this is how you're going to do your math today. And you are going to do 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to skip the hot. And then on the back, you're going to do 10, 10, and 11. So these two right here, 10 and 11. All right, we are not doing the science part. So you're just doing 4, 5, 6, 7, skip over and do 10 and 11. And that is it for today.